Hey folks, here we are back in the tundra. I know it's been a while. Got some work stuff going on, got some baby stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff in the media going on, isn't there? A lot of stuff. So with that, got a couple quotes for you today. Maybe not so much motivational, maybe not so much funny, maybe not so much what the fruit, but just a couple quotes for you. One comes from Rener Gracie. If you don't know who Rener Gracie is or the Gracie family, the Gracies are pioneers of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here in America. Their entire family is big into Jiu-Jitsu. And one day, Rener was teaching a class and he said, "You cannot defend against that which you do not understand." I'll say that again. You cannot defend against that which you do not understand. And at this particular time when he said this, he was talking about one particular technique. You know, if you don't understand how the lockup works, if you don't understand how the bone structure works in your favor when you're applying this technique, then you really can't defend against it, because the only way to defend against this technique is to know how it works. Because if you disrupt one little process, one little step in that process, you throw the whole train off. And it makes it ineffective or less effective, and therefore you can defend against it. But I'm thinking, man, that can be applied to so much in life. If you're trying to debate somebody, or you're arguing with somebody, if you don't understand your point of view, if you don't understand the true facts of what you're trying to say, someone else can tear you apart. Someone else that knows facts about about the conversation, about the topic at hand, they're going to tear you apart. For example, police use of force. That's something big going on right now. If you don't understand what governs police use of force, and you start getting into a debate with somebody about it, and you're trying to give them some BS, they're going to tear you apart, because you're eventually going to come across someone that knows true facts, that understands the truth. They know how it works, and they're going to tear you apart. They're going to defend against what you're trying to tell them. Your premise is going to be completely invalid to them. And that's the sad truth. A lot of people are taking such a strong stand and actually physically acting out against police use of force and against police in general now. It's getting crazy out there. So if you're wearing the badge, you're wearing the shield, watch yourselves and watch your partners. But that's a whole nother video right there. But to truly understand police use of force, you got to understand what governs it and what guides it. So here you go. I'm gonna do a little bit of homework for you, because I've already done it. Jump on your computer, or whatever it is you're watching this video on. I want you to look up Graham versus Connor. Read that just a little bit, or read it a lot. I don't care. Just read it. That court case is what governs police use of force. And once you read that and understand it, you'll understand that a lot of this stuff that people are calling excessive use of force isn't really excessive at all. Or, on the flip side of that, you might see something like, oh my goodness, that really is excessive use of force. Because Graham versus Connor will tell you what is and what isn't excessive use of force. Pretty simple, right? That leads me to my next quote. Next quote comes from General Robert E. Lee. General Lee was known to say, "The education of a man is not complete until the day that he dies." What did he mean by that? Well, did he mean that a person should be in school, in an academic school setting, until the day that he dies? Absolutely not. Of course not. But we are, however, every single one of us are enrolled in the school of life until the day that we die. Well, what's that mean? It means you're constantly learning, or you should be anyways. If you're truly living, you should be constantly learning something every day. Because folks, we don't just learn from teachers or textbooks. We learn from mistakes. We learn from success. We learn from everyday life experiences. And the beauty of it is, we're not limited to our own successes and our own mistakes. We can learn from other people's successes and mistakes and their life experiences. So we should be constantly learning every day. And if you're not, I challenge you to try to learn something new every day. I don't care what it is. So that's what I got for you today, folks. If you're going to take a strong stand against something, or a stand in general, or believe this or that, look it up. Do your own research. Make sure the facts are credible first before you start taking them to somebody else and start arguing that point, or worse, acting out and being an activist for that topic. All right? Because there's a lot of people that are taking strong actions right now in current events that don't understand what they're really fighting for, or what they're really standing against or standing for. I challenge you to use that when you make these your choice coming up pretty soon when you go to the election polls, when you're voting for president. I strongly urge you to know your facts on who you're voting for or who you're not voting for. Know them both. Really know them both inside and out. Don't vote for one person just because there's something different. Don't vote for one person just because she's a female. Understand and know what you're voting for, okay? And just apply that to everything that you do, and you'll be good. No one will have a problem. So with that, I'm out of here, folks. Got to get to work. As always, get some.